Welcome everyone. Today we're going to review...
Hey look, the new Monsters of the Multiverse finally arrived.
Oh, great! What's in it? Does it have new monsters?
No.
Does it have new subclasses?
No.
Does it have new simplified rules that make everything better?
No.
But what does it have then?
Well...
Okay, welcome. This time for real. That's Luke.
That's Babs.
And we are doing the new Monsters of the Multiverse. We paid and bribed a lot of people to get this book earlier. That's not true. I just bought
Mostly
the gift set. Yeah,
the
that is a little
set.
trick. So you wonder, hey, how did you get this book? Well, you can get the gift set, which has
If
Tasha's...
it's not sold out.
Yeah, if it's not sold out, which has Tasha's
Senators.
Senators, exactly, and the new Monsters of the Multiverse. And so we thought we're going to review this today to be early for once and not review like 10 years old material. So here it is. First, what is this book actually? Well, this book is a collection of monsters, mostly.
And subclasses.
Subclasses?
Sub...
Player races,
races,
fantastical
yeah.
races. So
Races,
the one
yes.
interesting part is the fantastical races part, where all the non-standard races got a little update. And then later on, you have monsters. You have a lot of monsters there, and it's an addition to the monster manual. This is what the book actually is. It's additional to the monster manual, and summarizes a lot of the fantastical races that players can choose for their characters.
It sort of negates the problem previously, the fact that part of these monsters are in Mordenkainen Tomes of Foe, part of them are in Volo's Guide to Monsters,
Yeah.
part of them are in Random Adventure Book, the Fantastical Races as well, they're in Volo's Guide to Monsters, they're in Adventure Book number 5, they're in Random Supplement number 43,
Yes.
and you had to own 15 different things if you wanted to have the whole collection on paper, on print.
Correct. This is exactly what this book is. It's a summary of all the split off things that you had to buy from different books.
It's all in one book now.
It's all in one book, exactly. So the monsters itself, they got very little updates. There's actually not much of a difference. The only thing that you will see is that they started to include the alignments again into the stat block.
Yeah, it of course doesn't have any of the actual material you also buy Volus for. There's no monster lore in here.
No, very
It's
little.
just
It's exactly
short description,
Yeah.
monster stat block, exactly like the monster
like the
manual.
monster manual. It's a very short and brief description of the monster, and then you have the stat block and you have a picture. That's it. So not much fluff. I mean, yes, reading Volos was a lot of fun actually. Can recommend that one as well. But if you just want to have your collection of monsters together, then you don't need Volos.
Yeah,
you actually need that.
It's a
book.
comprehensive collection of almost all non-humanoid monsters. There's
Yeah.
still some humanoids that are definitely missing. Like, I don't think the monsters or the cultists from Princess of the Apocalypse made their way in here.
They might actually, some did.
Let's see,
What's those cultists?
There's an earth person, there's a fire
Humanoids.
person. Just go to fire and earth and water. Crushing wave cultist, any of those.
Humanoids. No, they're not in there.
Yeah, thought so.
Yeah. But on the humanoids, you have a lot of things that could make it into a great NPC. You have some wizards with different specializations, warlocks, some new druids with different races and so on and so on. And yeah. Then on the races side, what do we actually have there for the fantastical races?
It's every race not in the player handbook, most likely.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. Quite a lot over the years.
Yeah, it's more than double what is in the player's handbook. Probably,
Here's a
right?
graph of the list.
Yeah, I actually will give you a list right here. Good. And the races got a bit. They got some updates. Like one of the most prominent one is, for example, that the Kenku actually now can speak. So you're not limited anymore to imitating whatever you hear as a Kenku.
They've also adjusted it to the Tasha layout, where there's no more ability stats, I believe, that are...
Yes. All those races here, they don't get a +2 to strength and a -1 to charisma anymore.
Whether you
So
like that or not, it's your opinion.
That's exactly. We leave that up to you. I personally actually do like it.
I find it
Yeah, sure, but I actually since Tasha is out, I haven't created a standard race character anymore. I always use the custom thingy, but again, up to you guys. We don't.
I find it interesting to still have, but yeah, usually you.
Yeah, it's a great option. It's a great option. But yeah, then all the small races got their walking speed updated to 30 feet. So
Which I dislike, actually.
Let
them be slow.
It removes a bit flavor, actually. I mean, you have small legs, and you have to do I don't know, 2 steps instead of 1.
So dwarves are now the only race with 25-foot movement
Classic dwarf from the player's handbook, actually now the only ones left, and gnomes, classic gnomes as well.
It's a bit strange.
Yeah, like here the deep gnome, for example, your walking speed is 30 feet.
Yeah, why is a deep gnome faster than a regular gnome?
I mean, I guess the Underdark just makes you run very fast all of the time. Yeah, that's a very prominent change. Then, yeah, what actually is there? Then, yeah, some features have been altered or removed entirely for players' races, since a lot of them, for example, on kobolds, are actually just modified monster stats and monster feats for players.
Kobold's back, grovel, and cower, or what it was called, was
That's
one
gone.
of my favorite abilities
Yes.
from all races,
Yes.
and now it's just gone.
But there are replacements for it. So the kobold got actually quite some nice things now. You get, as replacement, you get the Draconic Cry, which you can do
so much.
Yeah, which you can do as a bonus action. You let out a cry at your enemies within 10 feet.
You get 5 things.
And you have to choose.
Oh, you have to choose.
Yes. And where was I? Until the start of your next turn, you and your allies have advantage on attack rolls against everyone that could hear your Draconic Cry. So that is great. I'm going to put it for your reader convenience also up there. Then you have to choose a Kobold Legacy. You can either choose Craftiness, Defiance, or Draconic Sorcery, which also do different things.
Yeah, I guess that's cool.
So yes, they removed things, but they also added new things, and some of them are actually quite interesting.
Yeah.
Then, of course, the Kenku thing is a bit sad, since that was the entire thing of a Kenku.
The only
right?
reason I've never saw anyone want to play Kenku because of any other reason than I want to mimic sounds and not actually speak. It's the main reason.
Yeah, then, I mean, look here what Hobgoblins get now. They have Fey Ancestry, Fey Gift, then they can choose one of those Fey Gifts, Hospitality,
yeah, one of the big changes,
Passage.
I'm not sure if that's in here generally, but the Goblins got an update that they used to be Fey creatures that were enslaved, I think.
Goblins.
Well, the Hobgoblin is part of the Goblin.
Yeah, Hobgoblins are
have
still
now
a Fey
Fey
creature.
ancestry.
Yeah, they're Fey Ancestry, exactly.
Which they didn't have previously.
No.
Previously they were just evil humanoids.
But that comes then also with all the benefits of Fey Ancestry. So you have advantage on saving throws you make to avoid or end a charmed condition on yourself.
I generally like that as a change.
Yeah.
I don't know, just this race is wholly evil. It's one of the most boring things.
Yeah, and I mean, look at that handsome Hobgoblin Bard dude. Have you ever seen a Hobgoblin being that charming? That's amazing. It's great. So yeah, that's the races. Then of course the new races are also in here, like the bunny, the bunny person, Shadar K.
They're from Eberron.
They're from Eberron, exactly. You have different elves like sea elves and satyr and orcs, tabaxi, shifters.
It really is just everything.
It is just everything, exactly. And then that's basically the part here with the races.
And then the rest
is
monsters.
bestiary. It's monsters.
We could comment on the quality of monsters, but they're old monsters, so I don't really.
Exactly. There's nothing new on the monsters as mentioned. They just added the stat blocks to it. What is great is the index, the monster list, because they sorted them by type,
by
challenge rating,
and then by
environment.
That's
environment.
pretty in depth. That's
exactly.
pretty good.
That's really good. So specifically by challenge rating, that is great if you just want to quickly pull out a monster that is not standard, and you know that you're gonna need, I don't know, a CR5 creature, so you just go here and you check out.
I love the environment especially, because often I think, all right, they're going into a frozen forest.
Yeah.
What can I put in?
Yes.
Then you can look at that.
Environment then also sorted by CR. So you can say, okay, we are in an Arctic environment and we need a CR6. So we have a Warlock of the Great Old One. Why exactly a Warlock of the Great Old One is an Arctic environment? I don't want to.
But you're gonna. You will find out.
I will.
You will find out.
I will at one point. I will find out. Yeah. So what this is not anything new.
Which is honestly a bit disappointing.
A bit.
We've heard all this talk about reworking how spell stat blocks work, and that's just not in it.
Yeah, you still have spellcasters with all.
Yeah,
this
they work
nonsense.
exactly the same.
Yeah.
They all have their precedentations and
mage hand,
which they're never gonna
mending. Exactly. You have a CR23 arch wizard mage bad guy, and then you have a spell list that just doesn't give you anything, that you have to completely redesign.
Didn't simplify it whatsoever, which was one of the big appeals that was supposed to have.
But that was speculation at that point.
Was it speculation?
Yeah, it was more speculation. Everybody was just thinking that they're gonna prepare for the probably new edition coming out in 2 years.
Well,
and
either way,
streamline a bit more.
They didn't, apart from some tweaks to the races, they didn't add anything new. I'm not sure they updated some monster stat blocks. I assume they didn't do any of that.
No, probably not. And if, then it's just small changes. I went through a couple of them, compared them. There's actually nothing changed apart from the alignment part.
So personally, I'm a bit disappointed in this book.
Yeah. Well, I'm not disappointed, but I expected more.
Yeah, definitely expected more.
I expected a bit more. I expected new, at least, I don't know, maybe
something new, something
monsters.
fresh.
Yeah, some fresh and new monsters, but I guess we already got the dragon book, so there you have a shit ton of dragons.
Yeah,
but
what if I don't want dragons?
Yeah, it's also, I mean, multiverse, the only thing that refers to the multiverse is that you have Eberron creatures in there.
Yeah, it's a collection of everything.
It's a collection of monsters from all kinds of settings, and therefore also from all kinds of adventure modules, additional books, and so on and so on.
So if you're a DM and you want everything in one neat place, I guess this book might be for you.
Yeah.
If you have all the previous books already and you don't mind using those and you know where things are, like me mostly, this book is pointless.
Yeah, or if you used to work with D&D Beyond at your table and you have access to all of those books, then you also don't need that. If you're just starting your collection, however, and you don't want to buy all of the adventure books just to have a broad variety of monsters, and you just got like that starter set there with Monster Manual, Dungeon Master's Guide, and Player's Handbook.
And not only this book is good, then generally the new set is good, because Xanathars, Tashas, and this now has all the new monsters and new rules and new ideas.
Exactly. If you buy those two sets, then you're good to go. You have all the rules that you ever need.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And you get a new Dungeon Master screen, which has...
Looks nice.
Yeah.
Backside, very, very good.
Yeah, the backside is insane. This is super
we of course
vibrant.
Don't know why Xanathar is together with Orcus and Sugmoto in the random kobold, and the Illithid in the background. I don't know what unholy adventure that's from, but I hope they publish that soon.
The scene itself looks amazing. I mean, that is something that I want to be in.
This is definitely an adventure I want them to write.
Count me in. I want to be there.
Especially since you get random Eladrin, you get the Book of Wild Darkness, you get to fight alongside Tashas, as well as random dwarf. I like random dwarf.
Yep.
The front though is nothing new, right? This is basically
This is the standard
The
Dungeon
exact
Master
same you
screen.
you always
This is
have.
all the standard information, which I always found to be very useless, actually.
I find it useful, specifically the conditions. It's always
That is
what are
one of the
conditions?
useful parts.
You quickly
of it,
pop this open. The rest is not that useful.
I mean, it is useful for new Dungeon Masters. This is information that you constantly look up if you just start your journey into D&D. Then this kind of Dungeon Master screen is good.
Now the quality of this is debatable. It feels not well made, honestly.
Yeah, it's very light. It's not giving you a sturdy, solid appearance.
Compared to the initial Dungeon Master screen, which you got with the one red dragon on it, this feels cheaper in comparison.
Yes,
definitely.
But the artwork is great, so let's stick with that. Artwork itself, this one here, you can't see this and you can't feel this, but this is a relief print, so it's very nice to the touch.
You can do touchy.
Yeah, exactly. If you're a fan of Art Nouveau or not is up to you. I personally like it. It's looking good, but this one here, I have been told by persons who do text design and all that kind of stuff, seems to be a crime. I didn't get an explanation, but
I also don't really like it. Looks a bit goofy, and it's just that this is a bit random where everything is written.
So this is the box that it comes with. Has then again the same scene here with Orcus and Xanatar and Tasha on the other side. And problem is that this white box and everything does not play nice with the other alternative boxes that you have. If you just look up there, for example, this does not match.
And the main crime is this. It's not aligned whatsoever.
This is not aligned. Then here, the two Tasha and Xanatars, they match. But then the other design does not go in there correctly. This one needs to be like this, otherwise you can't see it. Look how crafty we are today. I'm not sure if this is visible on camera. I will try my best
Just zoom.
Yeah, I will try my best then later in cutting and whatever to make this visible for you. Maybe I even include a picture. I just do picture. So yeah, this does not line up with the other collector's edition.
The fact that they completely changed their design means the old one doesn't fit anymore.
Yeah,
which is odd.
Very odd, actually. Specifically for me as a collector. I mean, I collect the alternative covers because I like them.
Are all books moving forward going to look like this? Maybe. We'll find out.
But they started doing this already with other alternative covers. I mean, they started with the black ones.
Those looked really cool.
Those looked gorgeous. And then they went, for example, there on the Candlekeep Mysteries, they went with the red one. Then another one also has, Witchlight has this cream-colored book. So if you were aiming for a unified look on your bookshelf, it's ruined.
Yeah, they're definitely experimenting more. If you want an alternative cover gallery, they're going to be all over the place.
Yeah, that is true. So, Monsters of the Multiverse, or MOM as I call it. What's our final verdict?
It gets the job done, but I find it disappointing.
Yeah. As mentioned, I wouldn't say disappointing, but definitely not what I expected. So I expected a bit more oomph, more punch behind the book itself.
Definitely expected more.
Yeah.
It's one of those instances again where you can't really rate it because what it is fine.
Yeah, it does. It gets the job done, exactly. So if I would put it into rating, it's somewhere in the 13th, 14th maybe, or something like that.
I mean, if I had to rate it, I'd give it between an 8 and a 10.
No, that we're quite apart there. There's quite some margin between us then. So if you, as mentioned, if you just start your journey collecting the D&D books, this is definitely for you. If you already have all the other additional books, then no, you don't need this.
Probably pass on it.
Yeah,
that's then like $50 you can save.
Exactly, you pass
for the next product, which will hopefully be better.
Yes. All right then. I hope you enjoyed this bit of a different review for once.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see you next time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. Definitely comment.
Yes, please interact. Thank you and goodbye.
See you whenever the next video we make.